Hey everyone, I thought I would make a video showing you how we get the coffee outside. We're riding down the Northeast Pioneers Greenway, which is a rail to trail that's been around for quite a few years that we use almost every day. It's a multi-shared path, as you can see. We're sharing it with all sorts of people who use it to walk or bike or scooter. And it goes in a straight line with roads on either side. So it's kind of a unique situation where we have car traffic on either side of us. Today it was Patty's turn to tow the trailer. You can see the little trailer we use there. We're transporting approximately 10 liters of coffee and cups and all the other things that we need for coffee outside. It's a beautiful morning. A couple people jogging by. I'm doing my best to cut out some of the route because it is quite long and straight and can be quite boring if you're not actually riding it. But you can see here some stretches of this greenway path have been allowed to grow in, and it's really quite lovely this early in the morning. It's about 7 a.m. when we are riding. It's about 16 degrees, I think, the morning this morning. The path doesn't maintain a straight line. It does turn and become a crossing at all the cross street intersections, which can be somewhat interesting unto itself. I really love this stretch because it's been allowed to naturalize and is populated with lots of local greenery and is a little more indicative of the kind of stuff you see here in the prairies. I'm going to be narrating this ride on the presumption you might not actually be in Winnipeg, or you might be in a different part of Winnipeg. I've had a lot of people ask me, how do I get from North Kildonan, which is where we started, to downtown without interfacing with cars? So that's another reason why I wanted to do this, to just show you the route that we take to get to where we want to go with as little car traffic as possible. Here we are crossing another cross street. That bus that you just saw is one of the FX4, so it's a fast transit route to downtown. Sun's coming up. It's, like I say, late August, so you can see how it takes a while for the sun to come up in the mornings now. And we're getting closer to Talbot, and then we'll be riding on a stretch that was only completed maybe a couple summers ago, but really connects this greenway or this long stretch with access to St. Boniface. School nearby. It's very popular. This greenway is really popular with some of the schools. This is a outdoor fitness circuit that we're passing right here. That is actually surprisingly popular. We quite often see people working out here. So now we're just going to cross Talbot. You can see there is a pedestrian crossing just to our right. That predates this greenway, so that's why it doesn't align with this greenway, and we tend to cross without going all the way over to the pedestrian crossing. And now we're going to ride on the latest piece that was done a couple summers ago. This was a dirt or gravel path before, and then the city finally paved it and provided lighting. If there is one criticism we have of this route and the greenway, there are stretches that could use more lighting. Now we're just going under what's called the Nairn overpass, which quite commonly is jam-packed with cars, so it's very satisfying to go underneath them and skip all of that traffic. And this part of the route travels alongside a very busy rail line, so quite often we'll see a lot of train traffic here. This section, even though it's been completed in the last couple of summers, is still relatively unknown because it is sort of in between the back of an industrial building and alongside a rail track. So it's indicative of a lot of our bike network. If you don't know where it is, you would ride right past it. So this is the trickiest corner of the whole route because we basically have to do a little hairpin to get going on Archibald. Now we're just going under that main rail line that you saw earlier. Even though it doesn't appear so, the city's actually designated this piece as a multi-use path. From here to the intersection, it just looks like a collection of sidewalks and business accesses. And as you can see, they don't do the greatest job of keeping it clean. And it narrows quite a bit with lots of poles. So I'm just skipping ahead to the intersection at Mission. And we're going to cross on the green light that's coming up. You can see that other cyclist there. And we're going to ride through what's called a modal filter. So this is a access to this street that allows for cyclists or other modes, but doesn't allow for cars. So it's really great because it really cuts down on the car traffic in this section of St. Boniface that we use to ride through. What you see on the right is a little bit of Whittier Park and the rail line. And this little route is actually surprisingly popular. As you can see, we're encountering other cyclists going the other direction. It's just a really safe and quiet way to get through this section of St. Boniface. and get to where you want to go. You can see that one of the homeowners there has put a slow down sign on their property. I think most homeowners in this section actually appreciate the fact that that motor filter is keeping out people trying to shortcut through in their cars and giving you more increased bike traffic. It's a lot more enjoyable. I'm sure the neighborhood's a lot quieter with just bikes versus cars going by the houses. Okay, now we're going to head into this park here and head towards a bridge that takes us over the Seine River. It's one of the cool bridges that has been funded to be painted in a nice decorative way. There's a series of bridges throughout the city that received funding that were painted. It makes it for a fun crossing. Now we're going to cross over another set of rail tracks. This being Winnipeg, there's always railroad tracks everywhere. And then we're going to head down what I think is one of the prettiest parts of St. Boniface, and it's a designated bike route. It's a little uphill to get over those tracks, so I'm just circling around and letting Patty catch up to me. And like I say, this is just one of the prettiest parts of our ride, with the tree canopy, framing the road. I'm always eager to sort of share it because it is sort of the parallel route instead of Provencher Avenue, which is just car choked and loud. And this is just so peaceful and quiet. I mean, earlier in the season, I shared a video highlighting this route in the early morning, and of course I had tons of commenters who were critical of me taking up the lane and maybe adjusting my camera with one hand, and quick to just call me out for videoing while I was riding. As you can tell in this video, I've got a chest harness for the camera, so you can't level that criticism at me now. And I almost didn't post this video because inevitably I'm going to have people being super critical of the way I ride my bike. People can be very judgmental when you offer video clips of yourself embracing the joy of cycling. So this is just a straight line all the way to the Red River, from the Seine River to the Red River, and it's a designated bike route. So again, when you're riding on this, you'll see lots of cyclists going back and forth. And yes, we are doing Idaho stops at these intersections with the stop signs. So there again, people are probably going to criticize us of that, but at 7 a.m., we slow down, we take a look, we see if there's anybody coming either way, and we treat the stop sign as a yield. This is what's called an Idaho stop. And it's the more effective and safer way for cyclists to navigate through some of these intersections. You're probably going to see us do it here. Again, you can see Patty's signaling. We're looking both ways. If there's no cars as far as the eye can see, we treat the stop sign as a yield. Now we're on Taché and we're heading towards the bridge. The Boniface Bridge is actually designated as multi-use. That sign that you saw right there was an indication of that, and signaling to cyclists to yield to pedestrians, which is what we do. This has got to be one of my favorite parts of the ride because it showcases the skyline of Winnipeg with the Red River. The Human Rights Museum is right in front of us there, in front of Patty, that incredible building. And that's the pedestrian bridge, that other structure on the left. And it's just in the morning when the sun hits the skyline, it just reminds you that, this is actually a really beautiful city to bike in. There's just so many amazing sights. So we're going to come off the bridge, and then we're going to go under the bridge. See another cyclist there, just not enjoying our pace in the morning. It's great that they have the provisions for us to go under the bridge so we don't have to actually interface with car traffic at all to get on the other side of this bridge. We don't have to wait for a light and cross. We can just go underneath. And then we come out from underneath both bridges at the forks. For those watching who aren't from Winnipeg, the Forks is where the Red and Assiniboine meet, and it's probably one of our biggest tourist attractions. If you are familiar with Vancouver's Granville Island, for example, this is very similar. It's taken an old rail yard and converted it into a market and destination for all sorts of things. Pretty much all our bike network leads us to the Forks. We always say all the bike lanes lead to the Forks. It's a great place to hang out. There's always something going on in terms of special events. And it's just a wonderful place to be. We're now just going by the Forks Market. Again, 7:15 in the morning. It's a great place to ride your bike. There's hardly any car traffic. If you've been down here at the Forks during, a long weekend, Canada Day, something like that, you'll know how car choked the Forks can be. But this early in the morning, it's absolutely wonderful to hang out. That building, that structure right in front of you there is our train station. And now we're just going around the Forks Market using the roads that surround it to gain access to a bike lane that gets us onto Main Street. This is probably, of the whole ride to Coffee Outside, this section has the most potential for being car choked any other time of the day. But this early in the morning, it's wonderful. So now we're just going to go under the tracks and ride on a bike lane that takes us up to Main Street, past a very important counter that tracks how many people use their bikes on a daily basis. You can see the counter right there. That data is available online somewhere. And then once we get up to Main Street, it's just a quick little ride on a bike lane here to probably one of the busiest intersections for cyclists in the city, Assiniboine Avenue and Main Street. Assiniboine Avenue was one of the first serious isolated bike lanes in the city, and it's now become sort of a bicycle highway for folks who are commuting to work. It's one of the reasons why we decided to do coffee outside at where we do it, because everyone rides their bikes down Assiniboine on the way to work. So we're just crossing Main Street now, and then we'll be riding in the Assiniboine bike lane. This is one of our regulars. I called out to him because he was actually going to be there before me for coffee outside, and we had a nice chat. We're riding side by each and talking about our ride there. And we're coming up onto the intersection of Gary Street and Assiniboine, which is where we host coffee outside. For those looking for a location, it's just in front of Boniface Dog Park. You can see it, we've already got a couple of other regulars who've showed up early, waiting for their coffee. Lots of bike parking here. Eventually these will be full. So this is me just bringing out the coffee. Approximately 10 liters of coffee. I make it early in the morning. And we set it up, and we have 30, 40, sometimes 50 people showing up every Friday. So I hope you've enjoyed this little ride to coffee outside, to give you an idea of how long it takes and the route we use. I hope you really enjoyed it. Have a great day.